This video is sponsored by Absolute Truth Accounting. Compilation starting from 3,000 Rand. Independent reviews starting from 5,000 Rand. Contact us on our direct line, which is 060-187-0680. That's 060-187-0680. Or our email, which is absolutetruthaccounting@gmail.com. That's absolutetruthaccounting@gmail.com. Thanks. Peace. Okay, Shining the Light, chapter 4. Okay, so where was I? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna develop a framework, right? Where I'm gonna break down everything that I'm experiencing. Like, I'm not a clever person, but I'm smart. Yeah, smart. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna break down like what I'm experiencing in my like subjective experience, and what I think the objective experience is, and then also what the meaning is. You see, I'm pretty clever, eh? I must have come with this from a past life, because how can I know all this shit? Anyway, all right. So subjectively, no. I started with objectively, right? Like a scientist, trying to figure out the outside, and then slowly making sense of it through the inside. They haven't even got to the inside. It's just stuck in the outside because they're like, wow, what is this universe? Where did it come from? No answers. Till today, no answers. Two most open questions in science is, what is the universe made of, and what is consciousness? No answers. And they think it's probably correlated. You know why? Because it probably is. Excuse me. That's fucking funny, idiots. Okay, so I'm gonna break down. So I said to myself, now that I think it's plausible that, hey, there could be a God, like yeah, that's a big plausibility. So I was like, okay, in the outside world, I was like, what do I think the world is? Like when you look on the outside, I was like, what is this place? Where do I find myself right now? And I knew that as a test subject, because I'm like a drop in the ocean type thing, right? So by me figuring out this, it must give me insight into everything, obviously. So I was like, let me figure out this, right? What this is. Like, what material is this? Even this face, like, what is this? Where does it come from? Because now science, I know the two most open questions, they know shit. Scientists know shit, boss. You out here on your own, you think you with people. We all gonna die, we don't know where we're going. We don't know where we came from. That's a problem. I don't know who's sitting around saying that's not a problem. That's a problem. So, yeah, like I had to make sense of this, because now my cousin just dipped, and now I'm like, what? So, and then 333. What must I do here now? And like, why must I even try to study? Why must I even do anything? I can die tomorrow. Like, my cousin just died. I could have been on the same train. Anyway. So I'm breaking it down. Like, what is the objective world? I'm like, the objective world, like, looks like it's coordinated somehow, Like, I mean, this doesn't replicate. 8 billion. Nah. That means there's a certainty here. And it's like, it's almost like the stuff of mental, it's a mental source. That's what I came to, like, this is definitely mental. That's just the main road next to the house. So I'm like, this stuff is of like, I know when I think of things, I could create a template of a billion, you know, whatevers. It probably would take a long time, but I could. So I was like, this looks like what is in my mind. The outside looks like what's in my mind. Because now I know scientists know shit also. So I'm like, this stuff looks like something of imagination. So I was like, remember I said God could be possible? It's probably this higher understanding of things. And my sister also gave me that, yeah, my sister gave me that insight. So I was like, whatever this God thing is, it's probably like we in his mind, you know? This is the stuff of his imagination. Because how can you not replicate something 8 billion times? That's like a mental acumen that's far superior than what ours is, right? Which makes sense. So I was like, look at the trees. Look how many shades of green there are in the trees, you know? It doesn't replicate. Everything in every direction is just like fragrant, doesn't replicate. It's humans can't even reperform this like a tree. We can't make a simple tree. We can't recreate anything godly, or you know, anything natural. It's like of something of a higher order. So I was like, this is God's mind for sure. Don't know who's God. I know God exists. I don't know anything further than that, but I know the objective world seems like a mind because I also have a mind and I can create these type of, you know, experiences type things through art, through, you know, through a number of things you can come to these conclusions. I mean, like artistic expressions and I'm thinking more of the arts, you know, song. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's what I say. The outside world is God's mind, right? That's what I came to. This has to be God's mind. I know that's pretty far-fetched, but science don't know. So anyone can take a stab at this. They said it's open question, right? This is my attempt at that open question. Okay, um, that's what the outside world is. Then I knew, like, on the inside spectrum, right? Um, that I don't know what this is, where it came from, but I know food started it. Whatever this body is, it came from food. Because if I stop eating, no more body. So I was like, this is a food body. I don't even know how I make these things up. Anyway, this is a food body. Then the breath is like, if you stop the breath, you'll die, you know, so that's a real thing. You know, I'm going about this practically. Like, what is this? What is this, like, material? Like, nah, it came from food. I don't know what it is, but it came from food. Okay, the breath, I knew that was real because if you shut someone's breath, no experience. So I'm using like what's real in my experience to establish what is real, right? So then, yeah, like I have a mind, right? That it's not like, or this thing that is my mind. It's like a mental electromagnetic frequency, right? That spreads across my body. Because if you touch me somewhere, like on the back of my head, even though I can't see you, I know where you touch me. So I knew there's like impulses all around my body, throughout my body, and I'm gonna call that your mental electromagnetic, you know, what connects to your pulse, whatever that is, you know, because it's not like tangible, but it's real. It's real. It's in here when they put those wires and all that, they can see all that shit. So I'm talking about that. It's like an electromagnetic framework, right, or whatever that's connecting across my body, connects to my brain. It's like it's just making connections. That's like the mental aspect of who I am, you know, because it's not, you can't pinpoint it to your head or whatever. It's like it runs through your body. Then I said like, okay, I have this defense that even though there's cars there, I know not to cross the road. And if somebody comes and attacks me, I don't just like take the attack. You immediately defend yourself, and you're about to, you know, defend yourself. So I was like, that has to be also called something, and I called it defense. It was a defense mechanism for me. Then I said there's the mental, and then I said there's somehow that I'm able to like discern the one thing from the other, you know, like how I'm doing now. I'm trying to break down things and like assess its how can I say, assess its realism, you know, by thorough dissection, like doctors. So I knew that there's also a facility within me that's doing that. Then I also knew like there's something like a power, you know, like a power source for TV. Even though the whole body's there, if you don't put the TV plug in, zero, you know, it still has its mental framework. It's still okay, not the TV, but I'm saying like the whole hardware is still there, software is there, but without the power source, zero. So that's like the ESCOM of who you are, right? I knew that by knowing that this God's mind, this is how I'm experiencing the universe, right? This is subjective to humans. You know, I knew that like a dog is not experiencing what I'm experiencing. I don't know what the dog is experiencing. We know here and there, but you would have to become the dog to know what the dog is experiencing. So that's a defined boundary, okay? I can't know what the dog knows. Dog can't know what I know. I knew science, like, it's not telling us that fully, okay? And then, yeah, I knew that. What does it mean? Like, what is this all for? I knew that somewhere in every interaction I have, whether it be with relationship with mother, relationship with hobbies, with father, with school, with society, with partner, with friends, everything leads to being fulfilled. You know, there's a sense of everything having to be ordered around fulfillment for some reason or the other. I don't know. I'm also trying to make sense of this thing. So I was like, in this framework that must lead me to the answers, it must explain, like, what is fulfillment? How does this connect to everything? You know? And yeah, that was my framework. I knew somewhere out there, when I ask those types of questions, it will lead me to bigger answers, you know, and that's as far as I could take it. I knew that was my understanding of the inside world, that was my understanding of the outside world, and this is what life means. So when I get something that confirms how I'm breaking it down, that everything centers around fulfillment, this is God's mind, and these are the ways I'm experiencing the universe, and this is subjective to a human, and it's not like widespread for all species. I knew like something will explain to me further, whatever it is, whatever information it is. Somebody's asking the questions how I am, like this, not like with fairy tales and religion and all that. Nah, someone's breaking it down like this, and we get into the root of the problem, like logically, or this is actually called through empirical philosophical speculation. I came to know it as that, right? It's called Jainana Yoga in the Indian religion. But obviously, there's only one truth. So people are trying to get at this truth, but it's coming at different angles. Ours is called Jainana Yoga, very black and white. When you philosophically speculate about the truth, you can come to the answers. There's other ways as well, but this is what I'm doing is empirical philosophical speculation. So I knew without knowing that someone will know more than what I've gathered, because I'm new to this and I know something else is happening that I don't know. And throughout this whole time, you know, I'm still not fulfilled basically, and I'm going through the most, and now it's like 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, still not making sense of who I am, where I came from, and where am I going after death. So, but I felt at least like, you know, somewhere something's gonna click, and Hopefully, it's sooner rather than later. All right. In chapter 5, I'm going to break down uh, like the route I took after breaking down my own framework and what I learned thereafter. Chapter 4, shining the light, peace.